T. Clark here, and this video will go over the 2021 AP Computer Science A FRQ 1A. So first thing you want to do when you're doing an FRQ is make sure you understand the first couple pages, which will always be the same. So you don't really need to look at the new one you get on the paper. So you should already review this before the exam, so you can skip right to page 3 with the directions start. So this question is a word match class, and we're going to have a secret string, like a secret word, and that's the instance variable. The constructor works like it's supposed to, so we don't even need to look at the constructor. It just works. And we're going to be creating two methods. So the first one for part A is score guess, which will have a guess parameter and return a number, an integer. And the guess is guaranteed to be at least 1, so greater than 0, and no longer than the string secret length. Okay, so what is this guess supposed to do, the score guess? So we want to find the number of times a guess occurs in a substring of secret. So that looks like it's going to be a counter. And then multiply that number by the square of the length of guess. Okay, so guess occurrences may overlap. This assumes that the length of guess is less than or equal to the length of secret and the guess is not an empty string. That's basically the precondition. That's what it's saying there. So it's not 0 length and it is not longer than the length of the secret. Okay, so here's some examples. So say we have Mississippi. If we're guessing I, it occurs 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4 I's in Mississippi. But the length is only 1, so you multiply times 1 times 1, and the score is only 4. If we're guessing ISS, that occurs twice. ISS, ISS, and the length is 3, so I squared that, and then we get 18. If we guess ISS, IPP, that's one of them. But the length is 6, so it's a better guess because the squared that 6, we get 36. And then if we guess the actual word, there's only one of them, but there is the longest length squared, so we get 121. Okay, right away I know I need to return an int, and I like using the word result. So start counting at 0. And then I also know I want to return the square of the length of guess. So before I do any loops or anything, I go to the bottom. And when you have the AP exam, you'll have a whole page to put the answer. It won't look like this. It'll be the FRQ page. But at the bottom of that, I will just return right away. And normally it's just result, but in this case, I have to do the result times guess.length squared. So just times guess.length twice. And you could have done some math POW function, but when squaring a number, it's basically easiest to just times it by itself. Okay, let's look at the second example. So the second example, if I have a AAAA, 4 A's and a BB, I guess 1, there's 4 A's, and times 1, just like I up here. But if I had AA, look at it, the first 2 are right there. Then the middle 2, that's an overlap, right? It's hard to highlight these documents. And then the last AA is right there. So I have 3 occurrences of AA. Length is 2, and 2 squared, and then I get 12. And then the key thing about this is if I try to guess C, there's nothing there, and then it's just times 0, or just 0 times whatever is 0. Excuse me. So for this one, the easiest way to do it, I think, is to loop over all the string like normal. So for int I equals 0, I less than secret. And we're looping over the whole secret, not just the guess. Looping over the secret word, trying to find how many times guess occurs in secret. So there's my normal for loop, looping over a string. Then I want to see if the guess occurs as I go along. So as I go along, I'm going to look at everything. Does it occur there? Then I'm going to look at there. Does it occur there? Does it occur there? Does it occur there? And by there, I mean the start of it. Because if I'm doing, I'm going to be using index of. Index of will return 0 or greater than, non-negative number, if it exists. If it exists in the original string, the main string, the secret string. But make it so it doesn't repeat. So if I counted it there, index of would give me 1. And then if I started counting this substring, right, starting at I, it would be index of, it would be 0. So there'd be 2 numbers. I'd be counting this I twice, basically. I don't want to do that. I only want to count it when I basically is at the start of the substring. So what I'm going to do, it's hard to highlight there. I'm going to go through, like I'm doing, substring by substring, and see if the guess is at the beginning of the substring. So the way to do that, I'm going to say if the substring of secret starting at I. If it contains yes, so I don't want to use contains, I want to use index of because I want to make sure that index of is at the beginning. So if the index of guess is at the beginning of the substring, then I can increment count. That should be it. So again, let me try to show you what's going on with oh my goodness, Mississippi. So the first time through, let's say I'm looking for I. The substring starting at 0 is everything. Next time through is starting at this one. So I is at 0, yes. The next time through is I at the index of I at 0, no. Is index I at 0, no. Is index I at 0, yes. Index I 0, no. Index I 0, no. Index I 0, yes. That's the third time. And then yes, that's the fourth time. I'm going through taking a substring, basically one letter at a time, and I'm counting. So I can do the same thing with ISS. This will be the last one. So ISS is at the beginning? No. Is ISS at the beginning? Yes. ISS at the beginning? No. No. ISS at the beginning? Yes. No, 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 no. So that's what this code does. And I have a main method that checks it for 183621. And oh, I'm using count, but I should be using result. I fail. So for 18, it should be 18, it should be 36, 121, 4, 12, 18, 36, and then obviously B doesn't work yet because I'm not done with that. So that is 1A on FRQ 2021.